Broken Lines by Portaplay and Super.com is a real-time strategy game. The story follows French soldiers around the World War II era crashing in a undisclosed location with some abnormalities. Once they regroup, they, or you, decide what to do about it. The game is available on Steam. I found this game by looking at a bunch of YouTube videos listing games like XCOM 2, which I've done a couple gameplays on YouTube. I was looking for games similar to XCOM 2 that were natively available on Linux, and one of the biggest things that made me decide to finally purchase the game was a YouTube video, a review by a YouTuber named Tank Girl. I'm not saying her name because I don't know how to pronounce it. I was too lazy to look it up. She seemed so captivated by the story. She seemed super interested in it. And it was the point where I decided I'm going to buy the game and play. Before that, part of the issue I had was I had read complaints about the game, and I'm going off script. I had a specific script, but I'm going off the script to make this better understood. Steam reviews, there were a couple up there complaining about how short the game is, and that had me a little concerned. I've played the game maybe 4 or 5 times. I'll go into why in a little bit. I've played the game probably 5 times at the time of recording, and the first playthrough I did was about 14 hours. I'm not a big gamer, so I don't know how big a deal that is. XCOM, that being one of the newest games I played, I think the first playthrough of XCOM and XCOM 2 were both about, at least a week or two between a bunch of other stuff I had going on at the time, especially with trying to push out more music. It's also a different type of game. They have a bigger development team, had a bigger story. Broken Lines seems to be, and I'm guessing, I don't know, but I'm guessing it's a much smaller team, a smaller initiative. I don't have an issue with how short the story is. It's a really good story. And the reason I ended up doing multiple playthroughs, if you haven't come to the assumption already, is you have to do multiple playthroughs to learn more about the characters. There are different endings for the story. But a really cool thing about it is achievements, the Steam achievements. They walk you through finding the different storylines. So, a quick recap before I say anything about the gameplay. It's available on Steam for Linux, similar to XCOM, that real-time strategy vibe. Not the same, it's not the exact same. I'm about to go into that in a minute. And one YouTube review that was pretty straightforward about it, and she seems super psyched about it. Of all of that, let's go into gameplay, because I probably should have said much earlier, especially once I had mentioned XCOM. It's not the exact same as XCOM. It's not trying to be the XCOM game system. It's a lot less rigid. Where, let me try it like this. XCOM is about, at least the ones I played, the XCOM 2, the Enemy Unknown, or Enemy Within. Those XCOM games were about action points. So there's a lot of stop and go, and nothing happens well, very little happens in between those actions. Or maybe there's an overwatch here, or something gets blown up that affects anything going on after that. And usually every user, every character or combatant has 2 or 3 action points. Nothing is happening while that one character is doing something. Use the example of the grenade. In XCOM, you throw a grenade. There's no one's moving. Yes. Wherever you throw the grenade, that's where it's gonna hit. And it's gonna hit whoever is in that radius. So while XCOM's about action points, Broken Lines is about timing. It's about time. So when XCOM, where you threw that grenade and it hits whatever was there, and nothing or no one else was moving, in Broken Lines, there's a time to how long it takes to get that grenade off and for it to explode. Completely changes the gameplay, completely changes your strategy, because now you don't know where that you don't know who that grenade is going to hit. Everyone's able to move at the same time. So let's do it like this. Let's say I have four soldiers and I'm going against 4 other soldiers. In Broken Lines, you choose up to, I think, maybe 8 things that a user, or that a soldier can do within, I think it's an 8 second interval, around 8 seconds. So you have slots at the bottom of the screen, and you can say, I want this person to move here, throw a grenade here, heal themselves or someone, and throw another grenade. Well, there's time between each of those things. How long is it going to take for that soldier to get to from point A to point B? How long is it going to take for the soldier to finally throw the grenade and that grenade blow up? You're going to do the same thing for all of your soldiers at the same time. The game is on, it's at a pause. Every 8 seconds, the game comes to a halt, and you figure out your moves, what everyone's going to do. But once you press, space bar, everyone is doing their moves at the same time. Yes, you can make people pause if you want to do more complex stuff. Make 2 soldiers shoot, suppress fire, and have maybe another soldier go somewhere else. And then the soldier is supposed to heal them. They're shooting until the person gets to them, and then they heal them and all that other stuff. You can do all of that, but the point is, everything is happening at the same time. There is no, what is this character gonna do? Okay, now what about the other one? You will have times when you say, this is what I'm gonna do, and then in the middle of someone moving, a new enemy comes out of nowhere and completely wrecks the plan, because everybody that's just moved somewhere or done something, you just change your sector of fire or your focus because there's somebody else new, and that can happen in the middle of your move. I'm not great at explaining it. Hopefully there's a video going on at the same time, making it very simple. I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. I enjoy the characters, the character development, the animation, gameplay, the multiple storylines. It's a game that I don't mind playing multiple times to learn more. It's that type of game for me. It's short enough that I can finish it pretty quickly, and I feel encouraged to come back and make a decision that I normally wouldn't make, that I wouldn't dare make when I'm trying to win the game, so to speak. And you get options almost after every mission to affect some part of the story, and especially to learn more about each soldier. There are times in the story where I go, oh, that doesn't even make sense. Why would you do that? And then in another storyline, in another playthrough, I'll make a different decision, and sooner or later something will happen, and then I'll get the answer to why that soldier said or thought this. Great writing. I enjoyed it. I haven't decided at the time of recording whether I'm gonna post an entire playthrough. I have it. Not sure if I'm gonna post it. But if you're curious about whether you want to play this game, especially as a Linux gamer, I say if you're big on the story, check it out. Because you get multiple options. A lot of things within the story change depending on your actions. If you're invested in the stories, then I think it's worth how much it costs to buy. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on the game. Broken Lines is a great game. I'll probably end up playing it again before the end of the year, because that's how much I enjoyed it. Also, I initially planned to do all of this during the game. Problem was, I was so invested into the story that I would forget I have the mic on. And at the end of recording, I would realize within a 2-hour sitting, I may have said 5 or 6 things. And most of it was, like the game. Links will be in the description below. If you have questions, let me know. If you'd like to see me talking through a playthrough and tip strategies and stuff,
and for a moment,
let me know. There's plenty videos out there already doing that.
But it will not
I'm
be
sure.
that easy.
But yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Broken Lines. Fan of the questions that I was forced to give an answer for. I'm a fan of the challenge of morals, ethics, dealing with personality conflict. I'm a fan of the types of stories that I could relate to and how each character, I related to just about every character from what I can think of in some way, shape, or form. I understood from experience part of each soldier. Yeah, this is long enough. Check it out. If you got questions, let me know. Broken Lines. Great game in my book. Go live lively.